All right. Howdy do and doody how. Hey. Definitely playing something a little different today, and that's okay. Let me double check something. Okay. It's not capturing the game content. Come on. There we go. Too loud. Let's turn that down just a little bit. Okay, that should be alright. Decent volume hopefully for you. Decent volume hopefully for me. We shall see. I need something that keeps the hair out of my face. It's my only requirement when it comes to combat-related hair, is it has to be out of your face. Otherwise, no. For historical accuracy, you must always go for the spear, especially for Greek and Grecian-style games, because that is what most people used. I get very frustrated when everyone's like, it's the Greeks, let's use swords. No, spear. It's almost always the spear. And then do normal. Oh, one chance. Ooh. That's permanent. I don't know if I'm ready for that. We are just going to do normal difficulty. That should be more than fair. Yes. Let's go.
Tell a tale of mortals, bound by fate's golden strands. Tell of their laughter, their struggles, their glory. Tell of warlike Sparta.
We all know this is going to end in tears. It's Greek.
Destined them for godlike greatness. But the gods had other plans. Their ambition angered the goddess. And winged retribution showed them no mercy. Staining their strands with darkness. But don't cut it short. Tell us the whole story. Tell us about hope.
Alright, Titan Quest. I have played the OG. But it has been a minute. I did not get very far, I don't think. So I'm not sure.
Sing muses of faith
Not sure how
and
far I got,
immortal,
actually. Now that I think about it.
watched by the gods on Prothi Island, where the story begins.
Okay. Doot, doot, doot. It really doesn't like it when I do that. That's fine. So yeah, a lot of Titan Quest is going to be, hey, use vantage points to see cool stuff that may be going on around, and like this gives you a clue, like, hey, there's treasure up ahead. Nice, yay, game design. But it's very simple, and sometimes that's really nice. Controls are fairly easy. You can just hold down whatever button you need to attack.
Of the mortals' victories.
Now for the dodge, you can see it has a cooldown. Also, you have potions and whatnot. Those also have a cooldown. Most of the time you will auto-target enemies, and that's pretty simple. And I don't know if you can turn that off.
Prepared her for the hunt.
I don't care, Pinterest. Stop giving me notifications.
A gryphon. It's getting more aggressive. The gryphon grows more dangerous every day. Its mad cult of worshippers keeps growing. It's time we hunted it down. Are you ready? Good. But first,
Let's go.
there's something I must show you. I'll explain on the way. The time has come for you to prove yourself.
All right.
Today we hunt the gryphon, but before that, remember the shrine at the end of the beach? Let's go.
Okay. So again, gameplay's relatively simple. This is like a really nice, tight action RPG. I mean, THQ Nordic has done a pretty good job with it, I think. Lots of randomized loot, so kind of like I would say a Diablo clone, probably. The original came out in 2006, so probably would be apt to call it a Diablo clone.
You've been training with me a long time. I have just one more thing to teach you.
But yeah, it's nice to do some. It's been a stressful day, so playing a kind of action RPG where I don't have to think very much is nice. Plus, I get to look at something pretty, because actually the graphics are kind of nice. I don't think they needed to go full realistic. It looks good, but I don't think it was necessary. A lot of people go for the super realistic because they think everybody wants it. It's not entirely required. It's nice, but it's not the end all be all. I think it would have been cool if they had decided to maybe go with like a more aggression style art that would have, like, kind of what you see on amphoras and other pottery. That would have been cool. It would have been different. But alas, they did not. I don't know if the new God of War does that, like, does a different art style or not. I've yet to see. The Sons of Sparta. Game, I haven't seen what the art style is. I've just seen it advertised and I was like, oh, that's cool. Another God of War game. Uh-oh. Oh no, 3 of them. Ah. Yeah, so regaining health isn't as easy as it looks because you have to, it kind of, recharges. Hey, good evening. Trying something else. I need to beat him up today. One that I'm good at. Oh. This one you have to be much more tactical with your healing potions, because if you don't take them at the right time, you're screwed. And that's poopy. Alright. I've played probably about 10 minutes of this, just so I could get a feel for controls. It's not bad. They give you keyboard or controller options. I am using controller. Keyboard was kind of weird.
But if you are victorious, people will sing your legend.
I forgot that crabs bleed blue. So that's how they can bypass. They can get away with a T for T rating. It's always funny when you find like little workarounds. And skirt the ESRB. Oh. I know I forgot to level up, darn it. I don't get any special stuff until later. Okay, I want to do a spear build. So what does this scale with? Common, it goes with agility. Okay, so each attribute contributes to different things. Yeah, and then like depending on which main one you pick, agility, vigor, might, knowledge, that influences everything else. So if you go with vigor, you get your side ones bolstered, whereas if you go with agility, just cunning and fitness, etc., etc. It's interesting. It's a different way of doing things. Not bad, just different.
Here we are. This place was built ages ago by the Mycenaeans. The heroes of old received the gods' gifts at this shrine. You'll need its blessing to stand against the Gryphon.
I'm going to... Oh, nope. I just wanted to turn up the volume a tinge for y'all, so that way it wasn't too quiet and y'all could actually hear. And now that looks like I accidentally said it too loud. Oh no. Dang it. There. Okay. Yeah.
Careful.
It's nice to dip my toes back in Greek mythology.
Shrines, even beyond the grave.
I've been buried in Egyptian, so it's nice to have a change of pace. Ooh. Not bad. It definitely wears the Diablo clone on its sleeve. And I'm just reminded about how much I would
Give me a moment.
really like to have some accurate armor for the time period, and that would be expensive as much as I would like it.
Through here.
Is there anything cool? Oh, there's bats. I've always wanted I want to start a weapon collection. So I really, the big ones I need is a Grecian spear, a halberd, and ooh, I have to get a sword because that's necessary. I have one, and it's not historically accurate. It's just like it's a weeb piece. Like, definitely aim towards the weebs. That's okay. Ooh. keep clicking the wrong thing. Having like it's hard finding a simple katana or like a taunt, like something small like a wakizashi, because most of the time you get the weebs, and the weebs kind of ruin it for the history fans, because the weebs want everything to be, you know, cool. Nothing against the weebs, I am one. I have plenty of anime choices that I enjoy thoroughly. But I just want something that's looks a little more, you know, like what somebody would actually use rather than what something in Bleach would use.
You're the finest I've ever trained. Go on, see if the shrine answers to you.
You have been measured. Rise and accept your blessing.
Okay. Alright, so I'm trying to decide if I want to go full Zeus, Hephaestus. I don't know if they're gonna go for Earth like Poseidon and do like a mixture of earthquakes and ocean. Because that's fire and stone. And then lightning and ice. Like, come on. You gotta make it, like, at least somewhat accurate. Let's see, what do you have? All lightning. Not bad. What can you do? Chuck stuff. Summon device, okay. You know, okay, like, how do I put this without being mean? And I'm not trying to, like, diss on people who like Bleach. I haven't watched it, so I have no opinion. What I mean is, like, the people who kind of look at Bleach and they go, man, what's his name? The redhead, super cool. He would have a sword that has a dragon on it. It's like, no, he wouldn't. Or, you know, it's like, they have like, I just never saw it, so I don't know. I haven't watched it. I'm not a good, like, shonen viewer. It's just not my thing. I'm just gonna go warrior. It's a solid one. I just never watched it. You know, it's kind of like Naruto. I haven't watched Naruto, and I don't plan on it. And I know there are several people who really like it. It's just like, eh. Okay. Let's do this one. And then, doot. Whoa.
No. This shouldn't be happening. You saw how the shrine reacted. That corruption. Gods, I thought we had more time.
I remember I was at a Renaissance fair and they had a katana that had just Bleach characters all over the sheath. And there was some dude who was arguing about power levels while looking at it. And I was like, I'm gonna leave the tent. I'm good.
No matter. Go. You have the shrine's blessing. You can face... I have other preparations to make. I'll meet you on the mountain.
That's not terrifying at all.
You can do this.
I don't know if they're less new watcher friendly. I think it's mainly, I just don't, like, there's some shonen that I remember enjoying when I was younger, like Shaman King. And then as I got older, it was just like, it all kind of devolves into the same storylines, so I kind of got bored. You know, it is what it is. Trigun is fantastic. I love Trigun. I haven't watched the new one, and I don't think I plan on it. The OG was way more fun. Like, Trigun was fun. Naruto seemed like busy work. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, Trigun was pretty short. It was only, what, 2 seasons, if that? Yeah, it doesn't look right to me. I don't know, that's personal opinion, but
I thought training every day was pointless.
I really enjoyed the animation of the original. I thought the setting was fun.
Thank you.
And I thought it was hilarious. Right, let's get rid of some stuff. These are easy. I love these games, because most of the time I just sell everything I don't need. Alright, let's see. Heck, in this game you don't need pants. Nobody wears pants. Haha! Ooh, that's actually a really nice shield that I cannot afford. He could not afford. I'm sorry. Okay, there's not much I can really use there, and that's fine. I've watched a few other... Oh, it has been a long time. Most of the time I like watching, like, more recently I've been watching kind of like sillier stuff, more comedy than anything. I just want to be a Beyblade.
Will someone get me out of this corpse's bag? Well, what are you waiting for? Pick me up. Yes, I'm stuck in this jar. No, you can't open it. But you can take me to the Shrine of Hermes in the cave southwest of here. So
as long as you let me be a Beyblade, we're fine. I don't think I've watched anything new recently. I liked somewhat. Like, oh man, the isekai stuff is everywhere, and I'm getting sick and tired of it. And I know that maybe, like, some people may go, oh, anathema. I'm just like, look. What was it? Solo leveling? Could have been done very well. Just like Overlord could have been done very well. And they just overdo it on the power level, like, right out of the gate. It's too much. I think with Overlord, what got me the most, though, was, like, in the first episode, he claims that he can't access the system menu. And then, like, in the next episode, he accesses the system menu. And it's like, you just retconned yourself. What? It's stuff like that. Inconsistencies get me the most. If you can't keep your lore straight, like, you're gonna lose me pretty quick. Or especially, like, just a menu. That's my biggest complaint when it comes to isekai, is most of the time when it's like, oh, it's a dude who gets stuck in a video game, or somebody else gets stuck in a video game. It's like, darn it. Yeah, I get that. It was just like... They broke the lore very quickly, and that's what kind of broke it for me in my head. Like, literally, they go immediately, oh yeah, he just... Yeah, just a little too powerful. He claims in the first episode that, oh, I don't have access to the system menu. Oh no. And then it's like, alright.
This is the cave.
I
Hope you're a
watched for
better fighter
about the
than the
first
last guy.
season, and then after that I kind of stopped because I just got bored. Solo leveling, I think, is about the same way. The dude's way too powerful, way too quickly. They don't show him struggle. They just go, here's big bad guy. Now it's his friend. I say his friend, but now it's his necromantic servant. Like, okay. Cool.
Here, put me on the shrine. Go on.
Ooh.
I suppose you're expecting a reward now. Fine. Now get out of here.
But again,
your job is done.
for those people who really like it, hey, cool, sweet for you.
This jar so I can rip your throat out. Please? Hermes! Hermes!
Oh, goodness. Sounds like Ares. I didn't stick around to listen to him bitch last time because I was just trying to get a feel for how combat worked. Yeah, Ares has had a rough go of it for a while. I mean, Kratos came in, took his job. Guy's just had a rough go of it. Ooh, I didn't know that could happen. I like being a Beyblade of Doom. This is very nice. Okay, let's see. Those are nice boots. But are they made for walking? Well, let's do Dos. And then Doot. Oh, I was just looking around because I wanted to do like an Egyptian style 5e game. Recently, I say recently, I backed a Kingdoms of Keshinar on Kickstarter, and I was actually really thrilled about it. It's pretty interesting. And I was like, all right, cool, like an ancient Egyptian setting. I've actually tried to do that. One of the things that I do is I was trying to come up with a game for blind people because I know somebody who works with a group of blind people and they have a hard time like finding games to play. So one of the things that I was like, well, hey, I can get, you know, the readers, the braille readers that they can use to read PDFs. Because WotC doesn't have any PDFs, blind people cannot read them unless they have like some kind of text to speech on their web browser. And so I came up with this whole like cipher setting because cipher is pretty accessible and you can get braille dice so they can read them. And I ran like some cipher modules for this group of blind people so that way they could actually play a game and they had a great time with it. And I'm just like, I wanted to do more with Egyptian mythology because I thought that would be cool for them just to, you know, and it's a story I wanted to tell anyway. So I kind of got into it, and then unfortunately the group kind of fizzled out just because for some it was a little more difficult to get things up and running, and this was during COVID, so of course it got harder. And it's just like, oh man. But I wish I could do that again. That was a lot of fun, and they had a great time. It's just sad that it kind of fizzled out all because, you know, Rona. Thanks, Rona, you're a dick. Let's see. Staggering Force. Mainly I was, it wasn't really mythology I was looking for more like religious practices and trying to figure out how do people worship, what do they do, because the whole idea I had was like a priest who was kind of using uh some of the religious aspects and trying to trick people into like releasing this ancient spirit that was locked away, and it was like a murder mystery type deal. It's pretty cool. I should probably rewrite it now. Okay, why not? We'll do that. And then we'll flippity flop over here and add another modifier to this one. Shatter. Gotta name it after my favorite spell. Alright. Hoplites are freaking dope, though. I also really just enjoy mythology overall. If my obsession with Age of Mythology wasn't a big tell. Whee! I would be throwing up, but I'm having a great time. There's always fun. Of course, you know, there's, what is it, Apep, the god of chaos that was, that's basically the waters that the world came out of, who's, gonna destroy us all. Yay! Like, kind of like Azathoth. That's fun. And then, of course, my personal favorite, the sky goddess Nut. It's just funny. I just like the name, Nut. It's great. I reference her a lot. Just for funsies, because everyone gets really confused. But it makes for a blast when you're trying to explain, like, what's going on. Whee! I need a better spear. I don't know if I'll find one, but I do need to find one soon. I think I should be able to... Okay, I know if I go that way I'm gonna get in trouble, so... Yeah, that's right. Okay. I like writing games. I have a problem. Like tomorrow night, if my normal game doesn't go, I'm probably gonna be trying to write up some stuff rather than stream and start doing plot points and whatnot. My big overall BBEG, and then start solidifying some stuff. It's a bad habit. It's a big club. Oh, I enjoy it. I have a blast with it the entire time. Though most of what I do is I will kind of get my BBEG, get my other kind of like minor stuff out of, I say like the minor, but like the big bad. Here's my big villain. Here's some things I want to do in game. Okay, how am I going to implement it? Okay. Then I kind of let, especially for Daggerheart, what I do is I let, and I try to do this for 5e as well, but Daggerheart really encourages it. I let players kind of modify as they will. So if a player is like, I want to create a new faction, or I want to create a new NPC, I'm like, yeah, let's go for it, sweet. Now, I do warn them that I may change their original vision to fit the story better, but it does seem to help a lot, especially with keeping players invested. Man, I am not finding. Okay, I need to go sell stuff. Yeah, I want to teleport here. There we go. Now that my Daggerheart game ended in a cliffhanger, and a pretty big one, because they decided to skip the last boss. Like, alright, cool. Thanks, guys. I have to figure out what happens next. I need to be like, what's my next big bad? Because the way I had it written, the big bad they had should have, they should have killed him, and they said no, they didn't want to. They just skipped it. Darn it, I didn't mean to do that. I was distracted by, going like, why did my players do that? Let's see. Ooh, it's actually pretty good. In all fairness, when I explained what happened, they went, oh no. What did we do? And I'm like, you did something really bad. I hope you guys feel guilty about it. You just released an ancient evil upon the land with no care or thought for anyone else but yourselves. Good job. Oh, that's nice. Oops. I burned that. That's bad. Oh well, I have to walk. I'm trying to figure out how to make it work now, because I'm going, alright, the big bad they had was this basically elemental evil big flame thing. Entity or primordial. Now it's like, alright, he's now fused with this man who is obsessed with immortality to the point where he has experimented on other people, done these horrid medical experiments, and they let that guy get possessed, and now he's just down there festering. So what's gonna happen? How does that play out? So I'm going, okay, what could be a sequel that allows follow-up, but also, you know, builds upon that?
No! The village!
It's gonna be an interesting one to try and come up with, so I'll need to set aside some time so that way I can figure out the story, get it to where the overarching part works, and then I'll start narrowing down when players give me their characters.
You're right about that. These cultists are no better than beasts. We used to tease Aristinol for all that training she had you do. Training for what? I guess now we know.
Yup. Better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
The houses! There are people still trapped inside!
Oh, Harry! Please, fight these thieves! Thank you!
My enemies can't resist me if I'm a Beyblade. I think I'd like to do more mythological settings, like true mythological ones, rather than like the fantasy versions.
God's curse, Gryphon worshippers. Good riddance.
Odyssey of the Dragon Lords is one that I've always wanted to play first and then run. I've just never had the chance.
Opening this door.
Because Odysseus is like my favorite literary character of all time. I don't know. I mean, if you go Greek, it has to be tragic. That's just a hallmark. It's required. For Egyptian mythology, a lot of it revolves around betrayal. It's kind of like a two-faced type deal, because I mean, like you think about the betrayal of Osiris and eventually Horus's revenge. Those are pretty common themes that I see in Egyptian mythology. And then like Norse mythology is all about trickery and deception and prophecy. But that's also what we remember most, what was told so much that everyone kind of is now in our collective memory.
Not another attack. I'll protect the villagers. You take care of the cultists.
Come on. If I was gonna do Greek, it would have to be some kind of, you know, prophecy and tragedy. Those are the very common themes that we see. So how do we implement that while keeping it pretty compelling? I mean, the best thing to do is you don't tell your players the prophecy, and then you go from there. Like you make their character, you have your basic lore, you have your BBEG, have them make their characters, their backstories, add any factions that they might add, and then create a prophecy around that revolves around those characters and what their goals are, and try to weave it together so that way it works. That sounds really dumb until you start seeing the horrifying story web that I'll create.
Gryphon count.
I'm like a psycho. If you see my workshop. See, railroading's not off the table, but what you can do is try and minimize the railroading as much as possible. I say as much as possible. Your goal isn't necessarily to keep them on the straight and narrow. Your goal... Oh yeah, Oedipus had prophecy against him and everything else going against him. Except for his mom. His mom was always in his corner. I'll see myself out. But you don't have to worry about railroading for the most, I don't think, for the most part, because as long as you get the same information across that you want to get across, then you should be all right. I'm glad it did. It was a dumb joke. Now let's see. Let's do this one. Okay. How would I word this properly? Because it's prophecy and how do I put this right? Okay, so my Saturday group has completely gone off the rails. No offense of their own. Oh, I need to move the big alert box. Just a little. Okay. Oh yeah, speaking of ancient warlords. Bew. Goodness, where was I going with this? Railroading isn't the end all, because guess what? You can, as long as you have the right information that you need to get across. I've started doing what I call, like, what is the necessary information, and once I have that, I can plan a session and even improvise better based on what information the players need at that time. So when my players decided to go commandeer a ship rather than, you know, go work a party, I actually was able to convey the same information I needed to. I just had to do it a bit differently than what I originally intended. Because it was like, I wanted to show that the big bad Netheril mage was using mind flayers to, and people who had traumatic psionic experiences, to create like this super weapon, or not a super weapon, kind of like a power conduit, so they could amplify the Lich's spell to make her soul essentially immortal. Like, no way anyone can get a hold of her phylactery, that type deal. And I came up with this one because several of my players had missing loved ones, like a brother or a boyfriend. One of them in the backstory randomly mentioned that he had a traumatic experience watching a mentor die by a mind flayer's nummies. And a couple of others had more, I would say, more court intrigue rather than psionic, but it still fit with how this mage was essentially kind of working the court in his favor. So they decided to steal his boat and take it for a joyride. And inside they found evidence of the mind flayer dissections, and like, this is what might be happening to their friends. People they know are starting to get kidnapped and used for these experiments. And it's like, as long as they can see that, cool. They get the information they need. I don't have to worry about replanning an entire session because they decided to go do something else. Did I have to scramble and get maps in 5 minutes while they were talking about what they wanted to do? Yes. Yes, I did. And they still had fun. That's all that matters. Okay.
Not yet.
Which, now that makes me think, like, oh, you could still do aggression style campaign in a much more fantastical setting. Ooh, that's a good idea. I think I'm gonna take that and run with it. Y'all are my debug duckies, and I appreciate you. If y'all need me to help you be a debug ducky, I understand. I accept it.
State your wish. You have already received the blessing of the brood, your worth.
Oh boy. I didn't know that it was a dick move to ask.
You have been measured. And you have been found worthy.
Cool.
Come and receive your blessing.
Alright. Oh, I get a second mastery. Do I want to go full Zeus? Or do I follow my favorite homie, Hephaestus? I'm gonna go Hephaestus. know. Wait, my avatar or in game? Because I don't know. 50% increase area size is pretty nice. What's this one? Okay. I still kind of want to focus on warfare just because I want to be OP. I say OP, I just want to be strong in the front. Let's do that one. Oh, right. Anything else? No, okay. Increased attack speed. Let's go. And then doot. Doot.
Rise, twice blessed of the gods.
Sweet, I can summon traps now. Yeah, I know. I was sorry. I was like, do I want to go full Zeus? I meant the lightning Zeus, not the I'm gonna go and make everybody miserable Zeus by sleeping with their wife. Not that Zeus. I meant the lightning, throwing cool lightning jabs, not not being an absolute scumbag. Zeus is the guy who totally would steal your girlfriend and have no problems. Just legit does not give two shits that he stole your girlfriend. You'd be like, I do this all the time. What are y'all talking about? This is a problem? Ooh. Do I get cool stuff? Oh. When in doubt, Beyblade it out. Ooh. Aw, man. That's still a lot better than what I have. I've also really wanted to get like hoplite armor. But I don't think that's gonna... I need to do more weights. I need to lift a lot more weights for that to work out. Get my body fat percentage down below like 20% or more. Because good night. It's the only way. Oh, what we do for cosplay. Whee! Getting some bad glitching. I know this is an early access, but I shouldn't be glitching out this bad standing still.
No one's crazy enough to go through the ruins.
What?
Bitch, please! I'm insane! Ooh.
I'm carrying too much.
Well, I am not. I call bullshit. So this would be an interesting storyline. Just taking like this, like Nemesis is being a little bit of a bitch. How do you fix it? Okay. Because she is. Like, why is she being so, like, bitchy? And I can't remember why, because I don't think this was the part of the storyline in the original. Because I feel like I would have remembered that. No. No. Oh, come on. There we go. It's like, how do I travel to my own personal portal? I'm trying. Give me that. Oh. Last time I accidentally clicked the wrong button and ended up not actually going through my own. I summoned a new one instead of actually traveling to the one I needed to go to. Okay. Ah. Let's see. So the story I have to come up with revolves around either the players playing the same characters or playing new ones. And I don't know which is more satisfying to... Because they seem to really like these characters, and that's cool. But due to circumstances, I can't really... like, do the whole kit and caboodle. Like, I have to wait a while before I can actually start a new game. So part of me is going, do I want to keep the same characters or have new ones so that way, you know, they can come onto the story and be fresh and not have to worry about like, oh well, we missed, it's been so long, we don't remember any of this. A decent question to have. Nice physics. But a tough one. I guess it depends on how attached you are to the character. How would I write this? Okay, so we... Oh man, I was too busy thinking story stuff and just going, I'm just gonna Beyblade it out. That's on me. Okay, how would I write this? Let me get my notebook. Okay. Let's say we're gonna take some story beats from Grecian mythology. Grecian mythology has some good ones. Grab all my crap before they pop up again. You were that close to dying? Man. Beyblade. So. They have this big bad who's sleeping under the earth. How do we make the players want to go find him? Or how do we kind of give them a breakaway for another threat, because they accidentally unleashed an ancient evil that should have been left buried because they were like, we want to bring back the dead, and I'm sitting there going, great, y'all know I'm gonna use this against you. Cool. I got to the end of that storyline, and one of the players looked at the other and said, you knew that was gonna happen, didn't you? He goes, yeah. I figured it would. Just give me a better spear. Dang it. Okay. Yeah, kinda. I mean, the guy knew going into it, like, this is not a good idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Because I have it in the setting, and it's part of my name, Solace. Solace is a goddess of, or a spirit of the dead. Her whole thing is that she is that their part of the religion is that people should be allowed to die. And if you don't let people die naturally and peacefully, it can cause problems. That doesn't necessarily mean she's against the undead. It's more she's against the undead who are willfully bound by someone else to the mortal plane. So a lot of what we were dealing with was, how do you handle this problem? Why are all of my skills gone? So it was an interesting story to try and figure out how I would make it work. And I think it came to a pretty satisfying ending, where they brought back the character's dead sister, and it turns out it's not actually her. It's a spirit that's been trapped in a mirror for 3,000 years and is now really stoked to be out. I could go with that one, because he seems to be the most interesting of the bunch. Wait, I need to figure out where my skills went, because I need to Beyblade. Okay. Of course, though, I am more than happy to take any suggestions on how to torture my players more, much to their chagrin. They'll probably be like, no, don't give her ideas, please. She's crazy. Only a little. Alright. Ah, good to know. That's how you pick them up. Let's do forge. Oh, of course they do. They have a grand old time doing it. As long as they have fun, I guess that's all that matters. They really... They had this whole thing where it's like the BBEG was one of the characters' ex-boyfriends. Another character had this crazy lady who was trying to become immortal herself, except she was trying to do it by sealing her soul into a machine. that didn't work out so well because she lost her mind. Aw. Okay. That works. Another character was another player was like, I don't know what to do, so I'm just gonna do like a follower of Solace and see how it goes. He had the weakest story, but it was fine in the end. I could see why that player may not want to bring that particular character back, just because he kind of had a weak, pretty weak backstory, whereas the others seem to have a I would say fairly decent. Alright.
Not yet.
What about my personal portal? Do I want to go back now? Probably. This is a problem. There we go. Again, the question is like, if they want to bring the characters back, they're level 5 out of 10.
Give that griff.
That's pretty substantial. And a big enough gap where I could understand if we start at that tier, it may also be difficult to recruit new players if we want new players. That's toughy. I don't know. I'll have to figure that one out. Let's go fight a griffin.
Well, if
He's
it isn't
pretty.
the hero
Or she's
of
pretty.
Proti Village. Come to bask in my presence, have you? Be warned, my servants were weak, but I am as terrible as I am beautiful.
You're definitely something, lady.
Not yet.
Oh yeah. Ow! At least I'm not fated to die, but good night. She hit like a truck. This is on standard difficulty. Because of course it is. Why wouldn't I? Alright, let's try again. Please tell me she's not going to talk again. Okay, cool. Ooh. Come on. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Figured out that timing. Come on, there we go. Easy peasy. Kinda. The creature design is actually really nice. Look at that. I'm loving the color scheme, the feathers, the whole 9 yards. That is very nice. Smash it. Uh-oh.
At last. Do you know who I am? No, I didn't think so. You're oblivious to your fate.
They should have
She
kept her
did a good
completely
job
covered.
hiding you from me. Aristono, my priestess. But she couldn't hide you forever. I am retribution herself. And you were marked for punishment long ago.
Goddess! Stop! I beg you! There's no justice in this punishment.
Justice? Ha! We're all just flies in the spider web of the fates. Blame them, not me.
Arayan! Now! Go! Run! I'll distract her. Get to the caves. The cliff! Hurry!
All right.
Run as far as you like. I will always
Ooh.
pursue.
Oh yeah.
The fates have cursed us both. I am showing you mercy.
Now this is
What
interesting.
will you do when she's no longer there to protect you?
How could I write this?
It's my fault she found you. When you used the mastery shrines, it must have alerted her to your presence. I bought her some time, but we need to move. Nemesis's servants will be close by.
This is like, I'm actually kind of sitting here going, this is a cool story. I like this kind of thing.
That was the goddess Nemesis. The truth is, she's wanted to destroy you since you were a baby.
Yeah, I know, right? Why couldn't you tell me earlier? But you know, okay.
Priestess, when she demanded I bring you to her for punishment.
At least you admit the fault there, that you felt that it was unjust. Why, again, do you punish the child for the sins of the father? I would argue no, you shouldn't do that. We are not the sins of our parents.
It was mad.
That was pretty common to do a whole,
What could an infant do to deserve eternal punishment?
yeah. Not what the infant did, what the infant could do, which is very prominent in Greek mythology.
We need to leave. We need to sail for Pyrgos.
The music is
There's
good.
an entrance near there to the realm of the Moirai, the goddesses of fate. Nemesis fears you because of a prophecy. I don't know what prophecy, but the Moirai will be able to tell us. Here, wear this. Cover your face. And take this charm, my horse charm. It belongs to an old friend. It will protect you. And remember, seek the Moirai Temple.
Yeah. So they go for a really epic intro cutscene and now they do the simple color. I kind of wish they had just picked one and stuck with it. An interesting design choice, an interesting like cinematic choice, but okay.
And the mortal fled. Storm-tossed, they sank beneath the waters, crying out for a protector.
The hippocampus! Yay! One of the few mythological creatures nobody really talks about. The hippocampus is really interesting, and where we actually get the name for the part of our brain. Isn't that cool? History's awesome. Why did they choose to go for? I mean, okay, I guess the opening cinematic that makes sense to an extent, but either go whole hog, go whole ass it. Don't half-ass it.
Tormented by retribution, the mortal woke on a strange shore, alone.
Ooh. Also, again, another common storyline that we'll see in Greek mythology is that you gotta kill a kid to make the bad thing not happen. Why is that common? Prophecy. Of course, you know, Oedipus had his problems. But they probably should have killed him. I don't know. That way, at least, you know, he didn't do things he shouldn't do with his mom. Ooh. This is new. I don't know what to do with it. Oh, you can enchant with it. Okay. Sorry. I am still new to this version. I have only ever played the OG, and that was a long time ago. So alas, I have no frame of reference. I just wanted to play something that didn't require me to do a lot of thinking. So far, I've only had to go, oh look, I have to make sure health bar doesn't go too far down. That's nice. Ugh. Now I want crab legs. Ooh. Or a lobster roll. Kuatoa! Wait. Not Kuatoa. Those are always fun. I don't know if anybody else has actually used them in D&D just for kicks and giggles. Because they're just straight up silly. But they're so much fun. The fact that they can just believe whatever and that becomes true. Why couldn't they do more of that? Oh, Minotaur coin. Yay. Oh, I'm gonna be spending this whole time going like, ooh, which mythological creature will we get to see next? Is that special? Not special. Something satisfying about cracking open a crab with a giant hammer. Alright, let's see. Do we have anything better than what we are currently wearing? Yes, and we should equip that. Alas, also, this is not one of them save frequently ones that I know I need to do better about. Because if it was, I would. Oh, not as good as what that was. What this? Nope. KSS stick? Don't need it. Chuck it in the bucket.
You're alive. Thank the gods. Remember the chart Ristino gave you? Shaped like a horse. That's me. We must have separated in the wreck. Hurry, find me.
What? You're just gonna stand there and let me just wail on you, then please. Okay. I think I have an idea of what I want to do. Oh, darn it. Let me fight this first. So, if we follow in the footsteps of a true Greek tragedy, and I probably should level up while I'm here. And write down stuff while I'm out. Okay, so let's do Russian tragedy. Prophecy. Who could be the BBEG on this one? Tie to player backstories. I just shortened backstories to BS. Oh no. I really hope nobody knows my players don't watch this at all. But I'm not calling it BS, I swear. Ah, okay. I want more Aries, thank you. And more AoEs. Give me one of these. And one of those. Do the seismic leap. And oh yes, quick stomp. That's perfect. Yes. I need all of that. Okay. Tie it into the player stuff so that way they have connections. Ooh. Heracles. Hey, buddy. Huh. Good to know. Hercules is a good one. Now I need to rewatch Hercules. The music was always so much fun. Actually used to be around one of those, like a gospel kind of church. It was they were a lot of fun to hang out with. And the music was always great. Alright. Come to think of it, there's not a lot of like really good... I haven't heard very much good music. Honestly, I've been listening to like older stuff or bands that I know very well. If you have any recommendations, I'm down. I can't think of any off the top of my head that are like, oh yeah, I love listening to that. Besides, like, listen to a lot of Glitch Mob. Don't need that. I like EDM, but there's some EDM that's just like, eh. And then others, it's like, that's really good. I enjoy it. Then a lot of movie soundtracks. And if anybody wants to dive into this, I think that Hans Zimmer is better than John Williams.
Get your claws off me.
Whereas John Williams, yes, is very iconic. The problem is that his pieces are very similar. Like if you listen to Home Alone, you can hear Jurassic Park. If you listen to Jurassic Park, you can hear Harry Potter. Harry Potter and Home Alone, the soundtracks are really similar. Star Wars, Jurassic Park, very similar, and Indiana Jones too. Like they all just kind of meld together to the point where it's like if I hear certain pieces like Superman, Indiana Jones, I'm gonna go, ah yeah, he used this in another song. Whereas when I listen to Hans Zimmer, he can just vary so wildly from Dune, Interstellar, Sherlock Holmes. What else has he done? He's done so much that it's so varied. I don't hear where like techniques have combined.
Not just any talking horse.
Oh, he did Batman.
The talking horse that saved your life. You're welcome. Aristino charged me with helping you reach the Moirai. A goddess is hunting you, and I had no idea how to reach the Moirai.
Oh, great. Thanks, buddy.
Nemesis seems to think you're dead for now. That's some good news. Well, one step at a time. Let's find out where we are.
I'm carrying too much.
And I could be like, oh, whatever. I just really like Hans Zimmer. And that's totally fair. Hans Zimmer is pretty good. Oh, I have Divinity. Do I have Divine Divinity, though? Okay, I'll stop.
A path? Perhaps there's a village further up this road.
Yeah, I was gonna say, John Williams. I've been in music, I've done music a lot. I used to play, and then when I got to college, I was like, I tried it, tried to play in college, but I wasn't a music major, so that was a big no-no.
No room for that.
Apparently, if you're not a music major, they all look at you like you're a crazy person. And you're just sitting there going, I like music? And apparently that's anathema. You can't just enjoy it. It's all kind of samey, and that's fine. I mean, it's just not what I wanted. You know, like I wanted something a little more... Pants! Magical pants. Oh, you're fine, man. It's one of those things where you don't think about it until, you know, you're like, wait. Spear. Do you want to be a spear, bro? That does way more damage. Okay. Hans Zimmer just has so much variety. It's crazy. Like when you look at his work, what scores he's written,
What happened here?
it's ridiculous how much stuff he's done and how different it is. Like I didn't know he did Interstellar until I was kind of looking into it because I was just like, oh, I want to listen to the cornfield chase. I was just kind of going, that makes a lot of sense. And then dude, all because somebody did this silly skit on Instagram or YouTube. And he was talking about how like Hans Zimmer's writing, oh, here comes this worm? Yeah, I got you, bud. And then it's this epic, amazing piece. It's very well done.
I can't wait to leave this godforsaken coast behind me. You wouldn't happen to have a spare axle, would you?
Do you know how big those axles are? For wagons, they're huge.
Funny. Well, if you want to buy something, let me know.
Axles for wagons were gigantic and heavy. Okay. Alright. Any good stuff? Much better. Nope. Okay, just gonna sell it all for the sake of my sanity. Also, if you ever need really good, just like environmental music, always recommend Hans Zimmer. He's very good. Would you stop that? Alright, oh. You got anything worth trading some of this stuff out? You know? Eh. Oh, okay. Wait, shields. Sorry. Every time I press B, I'm going like, yeah, I got this. And then it's... No, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Ooh, these are better, way better than what I have. Yes. Give me that, please. Okay. Dang it! This shouldn't be me trying to fight with a menu for 30 minutes. That's not appropriate. Ooh, they spawned new ones. That was new. I didn't expect that.
They They say only a god can open the temple of the Moirai. So first, we have to find a god. And then we have to find the Moirai temple. I wish Aristano were here. Your mentor always had a plan.
Well, you know what they say about plans. The gods laugh at them. Certainly laughed at my plans. You want to do what? Eh. Alright, let's take a look at the spider plays. Am I gonna cry in this section? Maybe. I hate spiders. Thankfully, these are digital ones and not real. The real ones are worse. Like, why are spiders so common in video games? Is it because it's just a common phobia and everyone goes, yeah, we hate them, so yeah, they all have to die. What are those two bats talking about? They're sitting over there like it's a coffee break. Hey, have you seen the new village over there outside of town? It's pretty nice outside the cave. Oh yeah, you've been there before? Yeah. You got great livestock to eat off of. Really? Oh yeah, it's the best. They're seasoned perfectly. The cows like to go eat onions, so it's great. Oh my god, there's so many. I'm sorry, I'm being dumb. I'm very tired. I've gotten a grand total of... Oh, how much did I sleep this time? 5 hours. Actually, an improvement. I'll take it.
I need to wait.
It's A. There's a pet problem. Yeah, I could see that. It is guilt-free to an extent, unless you are arachnophilic. Hopefully you're not. But I can see that. That actually makes like a lot of sense. You don't feel bad about it. As you fight wolves, it's like, okay, well, wolves can be bad. They can cause some severe damage to livestock, and they can be a nuisance. But then it's also like they're everywhere. Puppy. But it's hard to do. It's hard to break puppy in a lot of people's heads, because I think as humans, since we've evolved alongside, wolves and now dogs, it's really hard to break that habit. We don't like being mean to dogs. Just not something we can do. They are really sad. Like, it makes you like, no, can we not? Can we not say we did? Like, I had a dog that I loved her to pieces. Hyperactive little thing. I say little, she was a good-sized dog. But, it's like when she was she's getting older and we had to put her down. No, I couldn't handle when she would cry. I would try to comfort her and make her feel better. I will become a war criminal for a dog. I was totally behind John Wick in that entire series. They all freaking deserved it. Those asshats. John Wick was one of those, like, very satisfying movies for me, because I'm just like, yeah, sick 'em. Make 'em suffer. It's like, it's a nice, like, pseudo vindication. I don't know, how would you word it to make it make sense? Because I thoroughly enjoyed watching that movie, probably for some wrong reasons, but I don't care. Alright, let's improve. Okay, that works for me. I'll take that. What we got? Alright. Catharsis. There we go. That is the word I'm looking for. Cathartic. Target direction. Ooh, there it is. Yeah, I was like, the word I'm looking for is just, it's on the tip of my tongue. I just don't know. See, this is why we help each other out. We go later, alright, what's that word? Okay, cool. I have a problem. Whenever I'm running games and stuff, sometimes I can't pronounce words properly. And so it can be a little difficult. I think I kind of want to switch that out. I like having the turret. Oh, 1 second. Help a bro. We gotta help a bro out. Replace that with that one, and then do this one right over here. There are certain movies and games that feel that way. I think, what was it? There's a Hulk game. Yeah. Look, mine is you can torture people in game, but we're not going into detail. I think, yeah, that was the Hulk game for the Xbox. Apparently, and this is from what a friend told me, that game was really nice. So that way you could kind of just get your frustrations out, destroy everything around you, and it's pretty satisfying. That's how I feel about Titan Quest. I don't have to think too much. I can just enjoy the game, have a good time, and not think. Yeah, it's a blast. You don't have to think. You just go, hey, destroy things as the Hulk. Sweet. And that's okay. Sometimes you need a game like that. You need a game that's dumb and doesn't really need a lot of brain power. Cool. I'm sure it was. I never got to play it myself. I just remember a friend telling me about it, and I was like, man, I wish I had it. And Xbox emulators aren't that good right now. They all kind of suck. Because if I could emulate it, I would. But then again, I'm sure Disney might pop up with a cease and desist. Excuse me, that's our game? Oh man, that little ballista's good, little turret. Oh. Why can't you stand still? Why do you have to jitter? Like, even her head is jittering too bad. It's like an exorcism going on there. Yes. Say farewell. Moria, it's like the One Punch Man when he goes to, when he's training with Genos, and he's like, oh, I punched and I stopped short. And Genos is like, what? Why'd you do that?
They're far from the water, aren't they?
And then he looks behind him and that whole mountain range is just gone.
By the gods, what are you doing over there? It's crawling with Ichthians. You're meant to be over on this side. There's an equipment chest down to your right by the mine if you need it. Hurry, before the last bridge is destroyed.
Oh. Well, again, sometimes the power fantasies are fun. They can be a absolute blast when you need them to be, and really kind of, you know, make you feel better. Sometimes you need the power fantasy. Other times you don't. I think some people can take it too far. Like, I've seen power fantasies in D&D, and I don't find that enjoyable personally. And I don't see how that works in, like, a tabletop game. Because power fantasy only works when you're by yourself. Otherwise, it's awkward. What is this jittering? It jitters no matter what weapon I hold. Okay. Oh, I'm glad I moved. Huh. We'll see if Titan Quest can fill that little itch that you need for power fantasy not think game. Sometimes I just enjoy it. Beat this.
Now,
Hi, buddy.
who by the ghost of shipwrecked Odysseus are you? Where did you come from? On second thought, never mind. Grab that
You know
lever. We need to
Odysseus?
destroy this bridge before more Ichthians arrive.
Oh, okay. Knocking out one of the support stones. Yep, there you go.
Just try to cross now, scaly vermin. Now, you. What god
Greece
did you
is one of
piss
those
off
places
that
I've
you
always wanted to
washed ashore here
visit
of
just
all
to see the
places?
geography of it.
Nemesis. I hope you don't bring more trouble to our town. We're already
Also to go
dealing
on a
with one
full
crisis.
history tour.
Oh, but who would we be if we denied a weary traveler our hospitality? What you need? This sorry place. You're on the outskirts of Pyrgos village. Follow me. I'll show you the way.
Hang on.
Pyrgos village? Could it be? We didn't end up so far off course after all. The god Glaucus
It's
has a
almost as
temple
if it's
here.
fate.
A
What?
friend of mine. He can help us reach the Moirai.
Gosh. I thoroughly enjoy... I need to read some more. I need to reread the Odyssey.
Glaucus ordered the Cyclopes to build it for the people here ages ago. The Ichthians broke through a few weeks ago. The floodwaters were merciless. The Ichthians too. Not even the god could stop them. Pyrgos would have fallen too.
That is interesting to remember, like, about Greek mythology.
Glaucus I knew would never allow it.
The gods aren't perfect. They, you know, they're human. They're more human than anything, and that's just, it's an interesting concept to me. I always think of gods as like, okay, here are these perfect beings, a being or beings, depending on which mythology or religion you adhere to.
Some Ichthians must have gotten through before we destroyed the bridge.
I need more energy.
A word with you before you
But man,
go.
the Greeks, they just have a lot of problems.
I'm carrying too much.
I have to know. You come here fighting like Achilles and telling me the goddess of retribution is out to get you. What do you want?
Looking for glucose. Not glucose.
Forget about him.
I have
Everything he
plenty of
touches
that.
falls apart. You're better off without him.
No! There must be some mistake. We need the gods' help to reach the Moirai. Let's continue to the village.
What's this? Sea and sailors, that's mortal. Oh, okay. Kind of like a subsection of Poseidon. Okay. And there's still a lot about Greek mythology I don't know, so I'm always happy to learn more.
Glaukos was
Is
as true a
Glaukos
friend as you could
real?
want.
Like a
He gave
real
me to
god,
Aristino
or one that they
because
made up?
I asked him to. I needed to feel useful.
Y'all have an arachnid problem? Like, y'all know you have a pest problem, like, right inside your walls. That's not good.
No room for that.
Aw, man, I should have named my character the Greek word for fire. Alas, I did not. I learned my lesson. Okay. Now I want Greek food too. Darn it. It's my own damn fault.
Help me! Not enough energy. By Glaukos! Thank you. I was told it was safe on this side of the bridges. We'll be sharing strong words with the militia about this. Good thing you didn't waste any time getting over here, or I fear I'd be fish food. I'm glad I came
What
to
are you
check on my
doing?
copper mine. It's the one you passed. But thanks to the militia's failure to stop the Ichthians, it's lost. What's next? Ichthians in Pyrgos itself?
I mean, they're already there.
Gods. They're monsters. They've been attacking the town from the north for weeks. We thought the south was safe, but no. Yesterday they came swarming from the south too. We had to destroy the bridges just to keep from being overrun.
Oh yeah, you're being attacked on both sides. Strategically, that's really smart for them, but really poopy for you. I was say, if you have a pincer maneuver like that where you're just SOL no matter what you do, there's not much coming back from that. Cause they'll just whoop you every time.
Hello? I need some help here.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, thank Glaukos you're not one of those monsters. They attacked and carried the other survivors off.
Oh,
My
boy.
little sister, Tamandra. I don't think she'll do well as a prisoner. Thank you. You'd best hurry. Tamandra's going to get herself killed and... good luck. I'll wait here.
Side quest. Oh, yeah. I can feel the lack of sleep really getting to me. Oh, man, I was gonna have a nice night. Darn it. I was gonna do spa night and play games. And alas, I forgot the spa part. I just wanted to chill and play games. That's okay. I can spa later. Let's see. Let's find this guy's sister because... Ooh. A man catcher. I know a few women who would love to talk to you. Though... their questions are going to be a bit disturbing. There was once this girl in my high school. We used to call her the man-eater. And it was literally every dude she ever dated just became an absolute asshole. Like, couldn't figure out why until, like, I saw her with one of her boyfriends and just how she treated them guy. It's criminal. It's like, don't debase yourself like that. Don't do that. No.
Let us out, please!
Of course, a lot of the guys would be like, oh, we want to go out with her because she's hot. And just like, yeah, and she's also crazy. Like, the hotness and craziness scale is insane. Did nobody listen to that episode of How I Met Your Mother? Because it's very true.
I'm carrying too much.
Maybe it's a combination of some guys think like, oh, it won't be me. I won't get caught by the crazy lady. And it's like, yes you will. She comes for all of us. What's this one? Ah, one. Yeah, she's a 10, but out of her freaking gourd. More like, she was like a solid 8, maybe a 7. A solid 7. Not bad. And had aspirations of becoming a singer. And of course, she was also kind of easy. Not trying to be a dick, but If a guy was willing to give her the attention that she didn't get from her dad, she kind of went for it. And it's like, so for some part of it, I was like, okay, I have a little bit of sympathy for her. I'd known her since I was probably like 7 or 8, because we went to the same school for a while. So it's like, look, I get it. I know what your dad does for work. It sucks because he's like never home. But for real, girl, you have problems. For some people, yeah. And for a lot of the guys at my school, the tens, I say questioningly, they were all taken or they were dating guys from other schools. And of course that kind of made some people really upset. Well, what if I want to go to my death place? Thank you. Look, I'm also not the best judge when it comes to how attractive somebody is to a man. It's not my wheelhouse. Because I have different criteria. Alright, come on. I'd been friends with her for a while, and I was like, oh, okay. And then it turns out it's like, oh, you weren't really my friend. You were just using me to get close to the guys I was friends with. That was just weird.
I have no idea what they thought to kidnap us for. I assume to ransom back as hostages. We are valued citizens of Pyrgos.
No, those Ichthians probably were gonna barbecue you, girl.
I'd best find Itties. He'll be a mess.
Huh. I don't know what those do, so I can't... Like, I wanna, but then I also know that I can't. Interesante. Increase damage. I mean, I've been getting so many divine cores, it's not even funny. Let's increase these. Increase that. Ooh. Yeah, let's do increased critical hit chance. That's better. Oh yeah, that girl tried to cheat off of me all the damn time. Sorry, you're giving, like, I'm reminded of a whole bunch of stuff that I had gone through back in the day. My goodness. She would always try to cheat off of me. My goodness. Or she would try to get me to tell her what the chapter was about for whatever reading we were doing. And people wonder why I don't talk to anybody from my high school. Like, I refuse. I just don't do it. Oh, why not? Like, no. Those people are crazy. I'm good. Oh, I probably should improve that next time. Good to know. My graduating class was very crazy, to the point where I don't talk to anybody. They would all try to cheat off of me because I actually enjoyed the reading that we had to do in for some of our like assignments, because we had Frankenstein and Dracula like senior year. Of course, everybody was going, it's senior year, I don't have to do shit. And it's like, read these books, they're actually really good. Oh wait, y'all are just too damn... You just don't care. I mean, fine, but I'm not helping you. Like, read it yourself. These are decent books. Like, Frankenstein is really good, and then Dracula is perfect black and white kind of story, good versus evil, that type deal. But Frankenstein has such a good gray morality to it that is grossly oversimplified nowadays to the point where I just get sick and tired of hearing people go like, I love a morally gray villain. No, you don't.
Mother died,
You're just like a guy who's
It's
going to
so
tie
good
you
to
up and
taste
do
fresh air
nasty
again.
things to you.
I'm
Okay?
sure the
That's it.
dampness of that cave was giving me a
You want to
nasty
talk about
cough.
morally gray? Let's talk
Awful.
about Frankenstein. Let's talk about what Victor Frankenstein did to poor Jeffrey. That is the name I give the monster because I feel bad for him. He is unnamed. He is born and then abandoned because Victor is disgusted by the thing he created. Even though Victor did break the laws of nature. He is as much as fault as Jeffrey because Jeffrey does murder people and because of how he is treated. Now you could say, is that nature versus nurture? Is it because he never experienced kindness? No, he does. He does. He just becomes so damn jaded that he expects no kindness from the world. It is beautiful. I need to read it again. Highly encourage it. If you've never read Frankenstein, please read it. It is such a good book, and it is well worth your time. Yeah, he chose to create knowing what he was doing, and then he is tormented by Jeffrey. He is most definitely at fault. He shouldn't have done it. He feels guilt. He has huge remorse, and eventually he does try to solve the problem. Eventually. But he should have taken responsibility for what he did.
We all made it out without any problems. Thanks to you.
Thank you so much for
And he
rescuing
didn't.
my sister.
Victor is an
Samantha,
asshole.
I sent this stranger in to stop those monsters killing you.
Killing me? Those monsters wouldn't dare. But yes.
Sorry, I love Frankenstein. It is one of my favorite books of all time. And it is criminally underread. Because nowadays people just want what I would call a popcorn book. They don't want to think. They just want to enjoy the action, the spice, whatever it is. They don't want to think. And it's like, look, some of the best books I've ever read require you to think, and they require you to really invest yourself into what the story is. Yes, underread, over-referenced. That is a perfect way to put it. There's too many people who are like, I know the story. Yeah, because you read the Cliff Notes. You didn't actually read it. I will fully admit it's been a long time since I've read the book, and I need to read it again, so that way I remember. Because I know there's bits that I've forgotten over time. There's stuff that may have gotten misremembered, and I'm not saying it correctly. What cracks me up is there's people who sit there and go like, I remember everything, it's perfect. No, you don't. Read it again. And even then, you're still gonna get something wrong. And that's okay. That's why we reread books. That way we understand them, and if somebody asks, we can explain and be like, yeah, this is why I think that way. Yeah. Incredibly frustrating. Like, Dracula's one, everyone's like, ooh, vampire book. I bet it's got all this cool stuff in it. Actually, it's pretty boring. Until, like, for the first few chapters, and then it actually starts getting good. When he gets to Dracula's castle, it's actually boring. I was getting excited because he was talking about food. And of course, as a foodie, I'm going, oh, heck yeah, let's talk about local cuisine. Alright. But that's just because I'm a dingus and I really enjoy learning other cultures through food. I always think that's the superior way to do it. Ooh. Ooh. no, no. That's for magic. Not doing that today. Nope. No. Of course, if you say anything about, like, hey, maybe we should make literature, you know, more required. Ugh. So I have a cousin. He went into teaching. Nothing wrong with that. It's fine. You know, it's a noble profession as long as you're doing it for the right reasons. He marries another teacher. Okay. Not a great financial decision, but whatever. Because y'all are gonna have, you're gonna have problems. Ooh. But I was talking to his new wife, and I was like, oh, what are you having your students read? Because at the time we were reading Dracula. And she goes, oh, we're reading Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Bitch, what? I'm like, I read that for fun. That's not, you know, that's not a senior level book. Why are you having them read that? Oh, because they can't read anything else. Like, what? When I asked, like, well, what's their reading level, she was telling me, like, oh, most of them can't read at a such and such level, so we have to do it this way because otherwise, you know, they won't be able to enjoy the books or they can't pass. I'm like, that's not good. Like, they should be able to read Frankenstein by the time they get to senior in high school. That's pretty standard. Apparently not. Learned that the hard way. Apparently I was at one of the few schools that was immediately going, hey, we need to make sure everybody's good. It was the most bizarre conversation I had had in my life when it came to, like, reading requirements and making sure that kids are up to date. Yeah, well, it's because of No Child Left Behind. I have my qualms with it. Because I think it's done more disservice to students than anything else. Just kids who need more time in the oven, so to speak, don't get it. They just don't. And then it gets to the point where they're just passed along and they can't even read.
Admittedly, but as soon as that's fixed...
It's just incredibly sad. Oh, okay. How do I enchant? Ah. Good to know. I'm assuming this would be a lot easier. With a mouse. Oh. At level 10. Okay. Well, Mississippi passed a law where you can't pass along a kid if they can't read at a certain level, and it's at a low elementary grade. I think it's like 3rd or 4th grade. And then their literacy levels shot up ridiculously. You know, Mississippi's been the butt of jokes of everybody because they've had the lowest scores in education, and then all of a sudden now they are just whoosh, up there because they were holding kids back who couldn't read, and now they can read.
None yet.
Report back to me the second you hear.
Of course, there's also other conversations you can have on the difference between hooked on phonics, which is the effective way to teach a kid how to read, versus this weird, dumb, you memorize what words look like. You're using context clues. It would be like it's like an AI looking at a picture of words and you have to tell it what each word is in the picture, and then it looks at another picture and tries to figure out what it's saying. With no definitions, nothing, not learning how each letter sounds or anything like that. It's really dumb. It's also been taught for so long that there are now adults, or I would say like mid to younger Gen Z, who cannot read like phonetically. They just can't. They have to memorize what each word is, and if they don't know it, they can't just pronounce it or go look it up. They have to go like Google it and then learn what it is that way. I'm like, this is really bad. You're gonna have a bunch of kids who have no freaking clue how to read, and they're gonna be screwed.
And now you want to sign up for the militia. You're not reaching anywhere. Only the militia have my permission to use the elevator to leave Pyrgos. I won't risk the lives of any more villagers.
That's my strong opinion
can't fight for themselves.
On why we are strububbling when it comes to literacy.
We caged an Ichthian brute over there.
Not to mention iPad
Show me
kids.
what you can do.
And that is a whole other conversation. I would get very passionate very quickly because I hate parents who just go, well, I can't do it any other way.
They've been attacking folks since the Ichthian invasion.
No, yeah, you can. You just don't want to.
A pity. On night watches, I used to leave food out for them, and they'd bring me shiny stones. But something's driven them into a frenzy. Thanks. Good luck.
I think also iPad kids have also contributed pretty damn heavily to the issue, the reading issue.
Seen enough.
All right.
That technique. I'm sorry I mistook you for a common traveler.
It's alright.
Tell me, soldier, who trained you? Aristano. Not Aristano of Sparta. I thought she disappeared when...
That's interesting.
Never mind that.
A priestess of Nemesis who's from Sparta, even though Nemesis decided to just raze Sparta to the ground.
This will identify you to other militia members.
Sir, a message from Glaukos' temple. Ichthians attacked. It's been overrun.
Damn it! As you can see, we're losing ground out there.
The Temple of Glaukos. How? Oh, friend, where are you? We should go there at once.
Oh gosh, I know. I'm very passionate. But I also don't think my opinions are that controversial in some places.
The Oracle give you a prophecy?
Water.
Now,
It's all water.
here's one thing. After living in New England for a bit, fluffernutters are pretty good. It's weird. Peanut butter and marshmallow fluff. As a southerner, kind of weird. Not gonna lie. You throw some chocolate in there. It's chef's kiss. Beautiful. Yeah, fluffernutters are pretty good. Now I've heard another thing. Bananas. Apparently, peanut butter, marshmallow fluff, and bananas. Hey, hey.
Can't let you pass.
Ah, right.
You may pass.
Another thing, whoopie pies. But the problem is whoopie pies are dangerous to the waistline. They speak and whisper sweet nothings to me every time I go to the grocery store. Yes, it's definitely Beatus. Like super Beatus.
Another Ichthian smoke signal. They're coming for the elevator. Cover the warrior beside you. Beat the monsters back.
What it up? Where?
For now.
Girl, you are battle scarred. You must suck as a warrior. Ooh, moon pies. Man, since moving up north, I want moon pies, and I can barely find them.
Though it pains me that we need to fill our
Or
ranks with
goo-goo
strangers
clusters.
to survive.
I
Their
love
scouts
goo-goo
send
clusters.
smoke signals when the elevator lowers. Then they try to capture
Banana
it.
pudding.
If they ever broke through. I sent
I
soldiers
need to
put
make
an end
banana
to it, but
pudding.
they're
I have
too
a
green
crap
and
ton
too
of
few.
bananas, but I don't
Go
think I
add
have
your
any
strength,
pudding.
such as it is to theirs.
I'll do it. May I please accept?
You're one of Ryzen's. Their scout. I sense good.
Okay, there we go. Sometimes I have to use my mouse because it gets a little cranky. I haven't had, like, good banana pudding in a long time. I can make it. I know how to make it myself, so it's fine. I used to work at a barbecue joint and always did it there. I need to learn how to make it, like, pure homemade. Man, the good stuff's hard. And the problem is you always have to rely on, like, vanilla, you know, pudding mix. I need to learn how to actually make pudding. And you gotta get brand name Nilla wafers. You can't get, like, the Kroger or the Walmart brand. It's gotta be the good stuff. Gotta be the name brand. That is a big ass bat. Wait a minute, is that a bat? Oh, it's a Mignate, okay. Mini-D. Mini-Day. I don't know. I'm pronouncing it wrong, probably. Well, I know what I'm making this weekend. How do I make it lower calorie and taste good? That's always a hard part. How do you make it taste good and not as bad for you? Darn it. Man catcher. At least it's not a man eater. Well, okay, they probably are man eaters. Oh, it's always impossible. There's no winning. Our brains are hardwired this way for a reason. We want the sweet sugary thing for a very good reason. It just makes sense for us. We can't help it.
Need more energy.
I'm already having trouble because in the grocery stores now they have the Reese's peanut butter eggs, which are the best chocolate to peanut butter ratio for me. I'm very tempted. I want to buy, like, all the bags of it. I know I shouldn't. But I wanna. Why is it so far out here? Oh. Eh. Ooh, I'll take that. Oh man. You knew yourself. You knew yourself and you stopped yourself. That's mad respect, dude. That takes a strong will. You had the will enough to say, I know I'm gonna fuck up. You were at least honest with yourself. Why are they running away? That's why they're running away. Okay. What is it? Somebody keeps giving me pecans. And I mean, like, a whole bunch of them. To the point where I'm sitting there going, what am I supposed to do with these? You know, besides make, like, roasted, like, German roasted pecans or pecan pie. And I'm starting to think they really want me to make pecan pie for them. And I'm like, that is just rude and inconsiderate, and I'm probably gonna make it anyway because it's really good. It's like, don't just like give me a whole thing, like 2 big old bags of pecans, and then just be like, oh no, whatever will you do? Like, I'm probably gonna eat it. Alright. I don't know what that is, but alright. Oh man. Now I want German. I can make those. Those are okay as long as you don't go crazy with the sugar. You can do like German roasted, like oven roasted nuts with like sugar, brown sugar, and ooh, cinnamon, nutmeg, some cloves. I'm sorry, I'm getting hungry. Whenever I talk about food, I love cooking. I love food. It's a curse. At least I'm fairly decent at cooking, but good night. It does become a problem. Snapping turtles? Oh, wait. Weird question. Oh no! Yeah, I know, right? What? Are there snapping turtles in Europe? I know that sounds dumb. I feel like they're not native. I feel like that's only an American thing. Am I wrong? Can somebody look it up real quick? I know it's a really quick Google search. I'm just like, are they native at all? Like, do they have those? It's cool if they don't. It just kind of went, oh. I don't know. Huh. Yeah. Are they native, or are they an invasive species because, you know, people went, oh, look at this thing, and then took it over? Because that's pretty... That way both ways. A lot of people would, take over stuff. Oh, okay. Somebody brought them over there as a joke. Got it. Makes sense. That's an American thing to do. Well, yeah, I mean, right now, Japan is dealing with something similar. They had a whole bunch of people who, watched a TV show developed in Japan about an American boy who had a raccoon as a pet. And a lot of people started wanting raccoons as a pet. And then quickly realized that raccoons aren't pets. And then they abandoned the raccoons, and now Japan has a raccoon problem. Like a pretty bad one, apparently. Like, look. Just 'cause it's cute doesn't mean you should do it. Are the alligator snapping turtles that are invasive over there, or just like generic ones? Because the alligator boys are mean. And big and chunky. Come on. Yeah, a lot of tanuki suit. Yeah, but tanuki are different. They're actually much larger than raccoons. They just kind of look like raccoons, but they don't have the hands. And for a raccoon to raccoon properly, it needs hands. Yeah. I haven't seen any oh, I've seen dead ones since I've been up here. I have seen a bear. I haven't seen a moose. I've yet to see a moose, and I'm okay with that. I am terrified of what might happen if I encounter one. In all fairness. I'm pretty sure I would die. That's okay. I accept my fate. Yeah. Huskies are a big deal for a while. Like, not just because of Game of Thrones. There were several movies like Balto. That one came out and a lot of people wanted huskies. What else? Snow Dogs, even though I know that wasn't a very popular movie, people still really liked it. What else? Huskies have always been kind of like viewed as these really cool dogs, and I don't mean as in cold, I just mean as in like they're really nice to have because they're athletic, because they're whatever, and it's like, no, Huskies are a lot of work and they're loud. They also need to move. Yeah, if I see the moose, I need to ask maybe it's Bullwinkle. I've only ever seen a bear. We were, yeah, my aunt has had 2 huskies. The dramiest of drama queens. Both of them. And they were both boys. They didn't care. I've seen a bear, and the bear waved at our car while we were driving by, like proper etiquette, and I was wondering if it was Canadian. Yep. Alright. Yeah, bye dinner. Oh, hey there, bud. Do you mind just giving a little stop here so I can have a nibbly? I couldn't get anything down at the Tim Hortons, you know, because I was, honestly, they wouldn't let me in. Can I not be a goat? I'm gonna have some problems.
This is Naiad magic if I've ever seen it. We should leave while we still can.
I'm gonna keep bleeding until I annoy her to death. Okay. The beer's about to bite. I had a Canadian once in one of my games. And it would always crack me up because he would just be like, I'm about to fuck a boot and find out. Find out.
Transformations.
And I would always crack up. Because he would. And then I found a sticker of a Canadian goose that said, fuck a boot, find out. And I'm like, I need this so bad. Let's see. Yeah. I can go the distance. Have I been watching too much Hercules? Yeah, probably. Could be worth my while. I can go. I can't remember where I found it. It was out in the wild somewhere, and then I found it online. Let's do increased armor. Then we will up vigor and strength.
Treacherous stuff. The only counter is moly root. It's said to grow near temples and shrines, but it's quite rare.
Is it holy moly? Sorry, that was bad.
Looking to earn some easy coin? You look like you're armed. We're a mercenary company. There's a lot of gold in this, but you think you got what it takes to...
Probably not, because I'm probably going to kick somebody's ass.
Watch your mouth for it.
Sorry.
Not recently. What was I watching? I was gonna look it up and then they saw me. What's on my watch history? I recently rewatched Scooby-Doo and the Legend of the Vampire. And I was laughing my ass off because there was evidence of like Chekhov's gun. I was just like, what? Well, because I was sitting there and going like, alright, you know, this is just a silly kids movie. It's fine. I haven't seen it in a while. I used to watch it when I was a kid. Okay, cool. And then I'm watching it and I'm going, they actually have like Chekhov's gun. Like they show Daphne using her diving. They show, what is it? Velma's using her camera. And it's all like stuff that pops up later. It's used. Whereas most of the time I'm used to it being just like a one-off. OG Scooby-Doo can be really fun. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it can be really fun. Some of the newer ones are pretty good too. I would say maybe 2 episodes in. They're fun, like, I'm not gonna think today kind of shows, but they can still be a blast. Come on. Whew.
Dear gods, a counterattack's coming.
What? Why are you telling me it ain't over yet? It should be, my goodness. I have not seen Wreck-It Ralph. I just haven't. I've never really had the need or the desire to watch it. I'm told it's good. Was it good?
Everyone in Pagos can breathe easier now. And
You
I'm pretty
think?
sure I'd be dead if you hadn't
What do you
helped.
mean? You don't
So,
know?
Thanks. Really. Could you report back to Pentacontakrasia and let her know we succeeded? We'll stay here to hold the hill.
I thought
And
that
since
was
we've
a
got good
full
vantage,
name,
I can
and
give
I
you
was
an
about to
overview
be
of what
like,
I've
the
been told about
Greeks
the
are
area
over
if you
here
want.
going full southern. Pentecocracia, it's like, no, Pentecocracia, space. Like, you just went all the way, making that one word. You sure you ain't southern, boy? Huh, that's weird. I'm looking up something real quick. Because I'm like, what have I watched recently? And I just have it. Oh, yeah, the Celtics versus the Warriors tonight. I don't watch any of sports ball. No offense to the sports ball people. I just don't. Lots of Scooby-Doo. Planet Earth. Yeah. Disney is very, like, samey.
We have the Enclave to the northeast. What do you want to know?
Don't leave, buddy. Let's see. I have some stuff in my movie collection I do need to actually watch, and I just haven't had the opportunity to do so. I've been watching a lot of horror movies, but then again, I have to prep, like, mentally prep for that. It's like, okay, I gotta make sure I'm ready to not sleep. And I already don't sleep enough as it is. So I gotta ask myself, is it worth it? Some are worth it, but some are totally worth it. Especially for the questions they ask. Recently, though, I've just been, yeah. Some comedies, yeah, I can totally agree with that. 100%. You have to, like, prep. I haven't been watching movies. I've been kind of working my way through a flawed Peacock video on, No, I'm Not Human. I am only 2 hours in out of a 16-hour video. He just released, I think, part 2. He couldn't upload it as a full video because YouTube has a upload limit of 12 hours. So he had to split it up. And I went and splurged. I'm listening to it and like going like, this is actually really interesting and it's kind of a cool game. Look, long videos aren't bad. Sometimes I enjoy it because I can just turn it on. And especially if you have a good voice and you can present the information well, heck yeah. Then again, I will, if you let me, if I have the time and the ability, I also will just sit and listen. Most of the time I'll turn on like lore videos if I'm working on something and I'll find a lore that's close to what I want, like story-wise, and I'll just have it on in the background. And that helps with like, I need to prep for this, so I need to do this. Da 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 da. Cool. I get to knock out a lore video. And I work on my own crap. And then I also sit there and go like, I can't be doing a direct copy. How can I change it to make it my own? And da 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 da. Gotta have fun with it. How do I not copy somebody else's homework? Are you a YouTuber? Or are you just kind of like, you just make videos for funsies? Yeah, that's fair. Planet Earth is a great background movie and documentary to fall asleep to. David Attenborough can sing me to sleep with his beautiful voice every night. Oh, okay. I need to check out your stuff. I feel like it's impolite.
Moly root. Odysseus used it to counter the nymph Circe's transformation magic.
okay. Not Mr. Beast, Mr. Yeast. Is your YouTube channel dedicated to bread? I'd watch the shit out of that. That is a big ass boar. You laugh, I totally would though. I would be like, yes! Somebody who can actually teach me how to learn the ways of yeast. I can't bake for shit. I can cook. I can make a mean turkey. But man, I can't bake. That's alright. Sometimes you do what you want to do. Ain't nothing wrong with it. That is a big boar. Look, me and the Great British Baking Show, it's a love-hate relationship. Because I'm pretty sure those people on there are full of shit. I was like a thorax, and then I realized like thorax means like chest. And I was convinced they were talking about like an insect thorax. Whoops. I mean, you gotta be, I guess you have to be if you're gonna be on one of those kind of shows. You gotta have the showmanship and be, you know, really full of yourself. I feel like kind of the same way like binging with Babish. I enjoy binging with Babish. But I get the feeling that if I ever hung around him, I probably wouldn't like him very much. Not saying like he's a horrible person. I'm just like, I get the feeling like I'm not gonna be, like, I'm not gonna like hanging out with you. Like, personalities would just clash. Yeah, it's just like some of us just feel like the personality would just clash real bad, and it's like, okay, you're smart, you know what you're talking about, cool, I just probably don't want to hang out with you on the regular. That's fine. I think a lot of people kind of mistake that. Yeah, I love to visit, not to stay. Perfect example. I think a lot of people take that to mean like you just don't like them, you despise them. No, it's just, it's not my thing. Not the kind of personality I like to be around. That's okay. That's cool.
You mortals are all alike. My magic.
Hi.
How did you... Wait, please don't hurt me. Before you judge, listen.
Okay.
Mortals. Trespassers. When the floods came, I protected them. But one of them, a beautiful man with skin like an olive tree, betrayed me. He defiled my grove, stealing my sacred lily, and ran off into the night. Now,
you trusted a pretty man.
Let them bleat like the greedy little goats they are. I was innocent. I was kind and welcoming. Why should I trust another? But, yes, if I had my
girl, you trusted a pretty face, and you let him decide what you were gonna do. Look, we've all done it. It don't matter. Yeah, of course. Hope you have a good night. Good luck.
What is the significance of a burbling brook or a bird song? You mortals have legends. He that possesses a lily from a naiad's grove will desire nothing. As if that were possible. All you mortals do is want and want and want.
This is the case for most mortals, I think. Greed is birthed, I think, from our desire to survive. But it has been malformed by civilization. Let's see. Did any of you have beautiful olive skin?
It's like they blunt their blades on purpose, just to give me a harder time with repairs.
Ah, great. We gotta fight our way out of this, don't we?
Well, what is it? Spit it out, old man!
Well, sir, you conscripted Alistair last week against his will.
You're accusing me of something. Everyone here fights for me because they want to. Isn't that right, men?
Sure is. Ain't nothing better than being a bronze lion, boss.
Well, respectfully, sir, it's just...
Hey, who do you think you are?
Yeah, I mean, you're
You reckon
conscripting
you could
people,
just
that's a
barge on in
problem.
here and interrupt me? No.
I was requesting, sir, that you release my boy back to me.
Oh, he's an absolute dickhead.
He's
Okay.
a good lad.
I just want to go home. Please help me. He's trying to force me to join his bandit troop. I barely know how to swing a sword.
Stranger, I told you.
Please, my son...
Men, throw the old... Or what? What?
Yeah, I'm gonna make
Who
you.
do you think? Everyone!
Not enough energy. I need to wait.
Okay, let's see. What do I need to do? As long as I can keep you here, you will keep getting hit.
No room for that.
Dad, let's get you out of here.
Oh, wow. Of course that was gonna happen. Y'all are weak sauce. Aw, you have a trapper. Okay, I see how this is. I don't think I'm ever gonna beat the XCOM, like, very satisfying thud of the guns. I've been spoiled by that. I've been really enjoying the something about it. Just tickles me in the right spot in the brain, you know? Yeah, you feel it. Oh man, it's just that nice thump. Sometimes you just you feel nice. I don't know how else to put it, you know? Again, tickles the right little itch in the brain. Alright, let's... one, and we will up. Oh, increase movement speed. Yes, please. Even when it's just I hit things, that's fine. Let's improve the stibbity stop. Interrupt. Yes, please. Let's improve these two. Everything I got. Alright. I always really like good sound design. And of course, you know, part of that comes with having good sound design that makes you feel it. And I don't think a lot of I don't think a lot of you don't feel that anymore. Like there's not as much like feeling the heaviness of a sound. Just not as common. My dad always said it would be like you feel it in your butt whenever you're driving. Like that's how you can tell what's going on with the car. You feel it in your butt. And he's right. You can feel a ton of stuff in your butt while you're driving. And I know that sounds really weird, but if you ever think there's a problem with your car, you gotta feel it with your butt. Oh, that's tempting. I think I'm gonna take that one. About the same, actually. I want to go around hitting people with a big ass stick. Had to check that. I know that's a little more. That's more housekeeping, boring stuff. What is this? I'm real now. Oh no. Oh no. He went mad from the lily. Yeah, it does make. I understand. That one's kind of like, okay, some people look at me like I'm crazy when I say that, and I'm like, look. As a crazy person who's lived with that for a long time, like lived with that kind of thought process, it does make a lot of sense. Anyway, the story thing, this guy killed himself because of a lily. Oh man. You want for nothing because it's the only thing you'll ever want.
Thank you.
You saved
Onitas kidnapped so many local lads. I hope
Oh,
that
goodness.
now Onitas is dead, we can all go home with still.
May Zeus watch.
Part of that training was also, like part of the stuff I did was I also, like they made me,
Kill me if I tried to leave.
I had to, they wanted us to practice what would be like if we lost control of our car. Like I went to this driving school that my dad like knew somebody there. And they had a big tanker truck full of water and a big old parking lot and a light pole. And what they did is they put a whole bunch of water around that light pole and you were supposed to hydroplane. Like they'd pull the emergency brake and you would hydroplane around the pole. And the whole point was to try and get you used to losing control of your car. And oddly enough, that helped me learn how to drive in the snow. So whenever it snowed down south, or when we moved up north, I actually was fine. Compared to some other southerners, whenever I would call home and be like, oh yeah, we got snow and frost today. It's pretty bad. Da-da-da. It's like, oh no. Alright, let's go take this back to the Naiad. Hopefully she'll be less pissed. Highly recommend that you, find somebody with a light pole and a tanker truck full of water. And someone else who's willing to pull your emergency brake and hang out with you in the car while that happens. I kid, do it in a professional environment. Have like a pro actually be there with you. It's worth it. You will learn a lot on how to keep your car in control. I saw somebody doing it with like an old Chevy Tahoe. I was terrified. Like, most of the school, we were all standing there going, it's gonna topple over. How much you want to bet?
No one goes free until my lily is returned to me.
Okay. Trying to click on it, and it won't let me.
No one goes free. You found it. And you
there we go.
returned it. I'm sorry, And what about the thief?
I don't
That's
know.
a shame. He was so beautiful. Who knew? You kept your word. So... My pets, you are free. Thank your friend here.
Thank you.
Do not come back.
Seat time is also very good, regardless of whatever skill it is. Dad always called it seat time because it was how much time you spent in the driver's seat.
Started to feel like I'd been a goat my whole life.
You're back.
But this could also apply to any skill you want to learn, anything you want to do. Seat time. Keep practicing. Eventually you're going to get better. It just takes time.
What? They say he was immortal once. That Poseidon's blessing made him a god. It must have been a mistake.
Slander. Having once been mortal made Glaukos a better god than any Olympian.
It depends. There are several gods who were considered, you know, good. Like, I mean, we have, like, what? Thor, a couple other who were friends to mortals, but just being human doesn't make you a better god. Sometimes it can make you worse. That power can go straight to your head and you lose your mind. Watched it happen in band. As soon as somebody gets to be a section leader or whatever,
Nice
they
job.
lose it.
You really showed though.
Like you're in charge of a whole bunch of middle and high schoolers. Why are you getting high and mighty about this? Alright. What a beautiful day's place to die. If she would stop spazzing out, I could look, but man, every time I stand still, she's like, ugh. Wait a minute. I recognize those bird squawks. Y'all are from Birdemic. Those are did they just use generic sound effects from Birdemic? I'm sure those were just generic audio assets. And that movie was absolute garbage. Yeah, Birdemic was a friggin' trip. That's a movie I haven't seen in a very long time because it's so bad. It's not even so bad it's good, it's just bad. 2 days has Stanbrook signature from dead. Still those far. They spotted sails on the horizon. Okay. Probably not. Uh-oh. Well, that's sad. Can we give them some kind of respite? I've been wanting to get Pacific Drive, and I am pretty sure it will teach you some very valuable lessons on distracted driving. My issue is I have I have extremely low blood pressure, just normally. And I have to be very careful when I take allergy medication, because if I take too much, my heart rate can drop to the point where I will pass out. So instead of blood pressure medication, I need to just be chronically stressed. I kid, but I just have really bad, it's really funny, because sometimes when I go to the doctor and they check my heart and they're just like, alright, you know, everything's looking good. Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I think I am. Am I not okay? This better what we got. It is. When I take allergy shots, I have to also have I have to take a lot of allergy medication because I don't want to go into anaphylaxis. And it's like I have to have someone take me there because if I go by myself, I'm gonna have some problems. Y'all took their wedding rings? You asshats. Let the dead have peace. You don't take shit like that. Yes, fire on the Met Will. They deserve it. I'm not about that. No. The dead deserve rest and peace. Not dealing with crazy people trying to steal their crap. That's why the Egyptians worked really hard to keep people away from their crap. And they were damn good at it. Okay, and with that, I need to go to bed. I am just now realizing how late it is. I hope you guys have a fantastic night. This was a nice little, like, sidetrack from Divinity, but we will start Beyond Divinity on Sunday. Because tomorrow, I promised myself I am going to try and work on my Daggerheart campaign and actually fix it and make it work. Regardless. Yeah, thank y'all for joining. Hopefully I will see y'all again soon. And we will work our way through to Beyond Divinity. I have no clue how long it is, but we'll figure it out. Night, guys.